Hello everyone. Hello, welcome to day seven of the Nature Connection Challenge, Nature Connection Week. Hope you guys are all well. As always, just gonna give Facebook a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds rather, just to catch up to make sure that I'm syncing, I'm not talking over myself, and that it is all good. Hopefully it's good. We've had a few technical issues this week, but nothing too disastrous, which is good. Everyone hear me okay? Who's signing in? Someone give me a quick thumbs up just to let me know all is good and the signal is good and connection is good. Hi Irina, hi Sandra, hope you guys are all well. Just quick thumbs up. Everyone hear me? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, so welcome to day 7. Like I said, the optimal weight week is a long way from over. We've got lots of bonus content to talk about. But just I guess to kick off by saying a really big wow. This week we've had such, I guess we're so inspired. Holly and I feel so inspired, so happy that you guys have been so engaged and so motivated to take part in this week. We've had just over 700 people sign up to this week, which I think speaks of real intent. It speaks of real intent. I think it speaks of people's really deep intuitive understanding that we need this stuff. We need this nature connection. We need this Paleolithic activation, because I think it's an intuitive understanding that it's missing from a lot of people's lives, or maybe it's not there in the level it should be. So we're so stoked that we've had so much interaction. We're so stoked that people have engaged with it so much. And I guess we're so grateful that you guys have given so much of your time and energy to this week. Your photos, your comments, your interactions, your just level of enthusiasm has been so inspiring, and it's what makes these weeks the powerful modalities that they are. Okay, so grateful for you. So thus far, we've covered 5 nature connection rituals. We've covered forest medicine, we've covered primal fire meditation and the genetic code that unlocks. We've covered why birdsong is such a healing modality in terms of activating areas of the brain and areas of the nervous system and the Paleolithic genome in a way that supports healing. We've discussed why wild food, foraging, making your own medicines is so important. And then yesterday we discussed the almost unbelievable research around earthing and why, the big governing bodies in America are saying it should be an integral part of a disease prevention public health approach in the Western world. The key thing now is that we keep these going. Okay, the big risk of these kinds of challenges is that when the challenge ends, and it doesn't end today, we've got a lot more coming, but is that we fall off the wagon a little bit. Okay, so I think the real priority now is that we keep the momentum going. And the best way of doing that, if you look at the research, you look at the evidence, you look at the guidelines, what do they say? They say that ideally, every day we should be doing something, ideally every day, or we should never be going more than a couple of days without doing something that consciously and proactively connects us with the natural world, that consciously activates this Paleolithic genome. And that's the real priority. That's the real priority for me. And it's the real priority in terms of the motivation of this week, is that we do that. That every day we commit to practicing something that taps into all of the benefits that we've been speaking about. And for me personally, like I said on Sunday, on day 1, this has been a real epiphany for me. The last 2 years have been a real road to Damascus moment, I suppose. Not an overnight epiphany, but more of a progressive one. In that, I'm absolutely convinced. I don't have a shadow of a doubt. I don't have an atom in my body that isn't convinced that this is the way forward. That what we've been talking about this week is the way forward for transforming our health. And so much so that there's a really interesting model now in Western medicine called the mismatch hypothesis. The mismatch hypothesis, which is essentially a scientific theory that discusses or overviews everything we've been speaking about this week, which talks about the reason why there's so much chronic disease, the reason why the levels of cancer and heart disease and strokes and Alzheimer's and depression and type 2 diabetes, The reason these diseases are so much higher than what they should be in our communities, and the reason they're so low in indigenous cultures, is because of this mismatch hypothesis. A mismatch between the way we're evolutionary designed to live and the way we're currently living. And the bigger the mismatch between those two, the bigger the mismatch between how we should be living in terms of the Paleolithic genome and how we are living, the worse our disease profile gets. The smaller the mismatch between those two variables, the better our health profile becomes. And I genuinely believe, after 15 years of clinical practice, 15 years of medical research and searching, I'm absolutely convinced, 100%, there's not even an iota of doubt in my mind that this is the missing piece of the puzzle. And not just the missing piece, but arguably the biggest piece, because the research has shown this is how we're designed to live. We're not living the way we're designed to live, so we're getting sick. And that explains why, not just chronic disease, but why there's such a level of discontent and unhappiness and emotional dysfunction and mood problems and poor sleep and anxiety and chronic disease and inflammation and all these kinds of things. It's because of this mismatch. But if we spin that round from a negative onto a positive, what the research equally shows is that if we realign ourselves, if we begin to just subtly implement some simple, sustainable, but very powerful approaches into our life that resolve that mismatch, that make the way we live our life in the 21st century much closer to how we're genetically designed to live our life, a transformation of health will naturally follow. We don't need to do anything. Our Paleolithic genome, our evolutionary makeup will naturally make health follow if we realign, if we reduce that mismatch. And not just in terms of not getting sick, but in terms of higher levels of vitality, more curiosity, more fun, more involvement, more energy, more challenge, more excitement, just more of a more primal traits, I suppose. And that's what I think is so sorely lacking in the Western world, both from a research perspective and from what I see in clinic. There's a lack of vitality, and this mismatch and addressing it is a way to kind of resolve that mismatch. And we're going to be doing a huge amount. We've really got the bit between the teeth with regards to this. Like I said, this is the way forward. I'm absolutely convinced we're going to see loads more around this in the medical research, in general newspapers and media. This is the way forward, and we're gonna for me, committed now to really propagating this almost Paleolithic revolution, where we get these kinds of approaches as front and center in the way we live our lives, because they're fun, they're novel, they're exciting, they're evidence-based, they're profound. And we've got lots of exciting concepts. Soon we're going to be releasing a crowdfunding project to buy a woodland that's going to be kind of a free place where people can go for healing, for a kind of an anti-cancer woods with a resource center, where just a place people can go to tap into all of these benefits. I've got some almost Paleolithic reset retreats planned, and that all starts today, because over the last 2 years, we've been trying to synthesize as much of the research as we can into a coherent structure. And we're just so excited to introduce our new 8-week course, which is called the Paleolithic Health Plan. The Paleolithic Health Plan. This has been 2 years in the making, and it's literally been involved sifting through all of the most cutting edge research around the Paleolithic genome, the mismatch hypothesis, and what we do about it. How do we pick up those approaches in the 21st century, embed them into our lives to reverse that mismatch, to align ourselves with how we're evolutionary designed to live, to get the transformative health benefits of doing so. And it's taken us a while because there's so much research, but we finally synthesized that into one coherent structure, which is made up of this 8-week course. And the 8-week course looks at something called the 4 pillars of Paleolithic health. Okay, because if you look at all the research, it's based upon these 4 areas. It's based upon Paleolithic genetic activation, Paleolithic metabolic activation, Paleolithic physiological activation, and Paleolithic emotional activation. That's the mismatch. If we're addressing the genetics, the physiology, the metabolism, and the mindset, then the mismatch gets smaller. And there's the approaches for doing so, the approaches that we built into this 8-week course, they're just kind of like this week, but more profound, more of them, more breadth, more impact. And they're super exciting. We've got everything from African-based multi-sensory walking kind of approaches. We've got more fire-based activities. We've got metabolic approaches. We've just got so much in there. So the course is addressing those 4 key pillars. And we're super excited about it. I can't tell you how excited I think it's been the most enjoyable course that we've ever put together. I think it's revolutionary in terms of what it's offering. I think it's revolutionary in terms of the impact it can afford us. It's evidence-based. It's where I think we're going. And for me, this is the only way forward now. You know, it's not to say that all the other approaches, everything else we speak about, everything else to do with self-care, meditation, self-massage, exercise, herbal medicines, diet, all of that is still integral, but it only works if we're taking into account this mismatch hypothesis, this Paleolithic genome. And this is the only way forward for me. It's the only way forward that we can resolve this chronic disease time bomb. It's the only way forward that we can resolve why we're getting sicker than what we should be. It's the only way forward in terms of how to elevate our physical health, our mental health. And the best thinking around how to do that is synthesized into this 8-week course. So how do you access this course? So we're going to deliver this course exclusively through the Ayurvedic Mentor, which is our online self-care platform. Okay. And I know lots of you on this week, lots of you taking part in this week are already in the Ayurvedic Mentor. So hopefully you can testify to what an amazing place it is in terms of a community, in terms of a place to hang out, in terms of the resources. But the reason we're delivering it through the Ayurvedic Mentor is 1, because it makes it cheaper, and 2, it gives you masses of extra benefits, because not only do you get access to the 8-week course, you get access to a phenomenal volume of additional information. You know, in the Mentor is a platform where it's a platform devoted to promoting health, self-care, and reducing disease. So you get access to herbal medicine training, herb profiles. There's hundreds of herbal remedies, herbal tonics, foraging guides. You get a new meal plan every month. Loads of training on Ayurveda. There's loads of pre-existing series, 4, 6, and 8-week series on human longevity, kitchen herbal medicine, foraging, blending herbal infusions, yoga Veda. There's weekly training sessions, there's Q&A sessions. There's just so much content on there. And the other really powerful aspect of the Ayurvedic Mentor is you get to be part of this tribe effect. You think this current Facebook group is less than a week old. And you think about the interaction, the inspiration, the engagement, the motivation. The Ayurvedic Mentor support group is like that, but just 100 times bigger. So it's a powerful tribe of people who are all committed to self-care, empowerment, to living the best possible life. So you get access to everything. You get access to the 8-week course, and you get access to everything else in the Ayurvedic Mentor and all of the additional stuff. So it's a profound model. So in terms of cost, access to all of that, access to the 8-week course, access to the whole mentor, all of the existing content is £20 a month. Okay, there's no contract, there's no lock-in period. You can cancel whenever you want. It's £20 a month, and that gives you access to everything. Okay, it gives you access to the entire content. The 8-week course, so if you sign up, you obviously get access to the mentor immediately. So you can access, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of content there, videos, workbooks, recipes. So you get access to that instantly. But the 8-week course, the 8-week Paleolithic Health Plan course kicks off on August the 2nd. So it's an 8-week course, and that's delivered by a combination of modalities. It's delivered by live sessions, so live training sessions like this on Zoom and Facebook, about 45 minutes to an hour long. They'll be live and interactive, so you can ask questions and engage. They'll also be recorded rather. So if you can't attend the live sessions, you can watch them retrospectively. There'll be written documents, there'll be guides, there'll be workbooks. So it's a multi-modality course. That kicks off on August the 2nd, like I said. There is unfortunately a but, and it's quite a big but when it comes to these challenges, because we only open the Ayurvedic Mentor 3 times a year. It's not a rolling recruitment. We only open it occasionally. And when we do open it, we cap the number of people we allow in to 70 people every enrollment, because we don't want to flood the group. We don't want to flood we don't want to flood the system. We don't want to dilute the level of engagement and quality we offer by allowing hundreds of people in at any one time. So bearing in mind, we've got, over 700 people signed up to this course. We expect that it's probably going to fill up pretty quickly. Last time we opened the mentor, we sold out within, I think it was by the end of the 3rd or 4th day. So this one's going to go really, really quickly. So if you do want to join us, then please be quick. If you're really looking, if you've enjoyed this week, if this idea of the mismatch hypothesis, if the concept of the Paleolithic genome, and if I've hit home why I think this is not just the missing piece of the puzzle, but the most important piece of the puzzle, and you're looking to really embed this into your life, then the 8-week course is, as it stands now, the most evidence-based synthesis of how to do so. So doors are now open. So again, this kind of response inspires me, because looking now the pinging, so we just have eight people have booked up now in the 2 minutes since I've said that. So that just gives me such a lift to see how inspired and motivated people are to really engage with this. That's 9 people. That's phenomenal. So we had nine people joined up. Those of you who joined up in the last 2 minutes, thank you so much. I can't wait to welcome you into the mentor community. So doors are now open. So if you head over to the website, mindbodymedical.com, all the information there about the course, how to sign up, £20 a month, no contract, no lock-in. You can cancel whenever you want. Remember, the Nature Connection Challenge Week isn't over yet. We've got a bonus session tonight at 8 o'clock where we're talking about how we can use essential oils to replicate forest medicine in our own house, how we can bring the benefits of forest medicine and terpenes from the outdoors into our homes, into our workplaces. And there's some really profound evidence around the impacts of doing that, because you can do it very passively. You can do it passively in terms of you're working away in your office or you're cooking at home. If you've got the right essential oils being used in the right way, you're breathing those terpenes in, so you're getting all of the anti-cancer benefits, the immune benefits. So I just want to briefly discuss that tonight at 8 o'clock. It'll only be a short session, so do stay tuned for that. And we've also got some more bonus sessions and bonus content coming out over the next week. We'll officially close this group down next weekend, so we've got kind of a bit of a loose week next week where we're doing some additional sessions. So the week isn't over, so stay tuned for the bonus content. We'll let you know by email, but please don't miss the boat. Okay, last time we opened the mentor, we had so many people asking if we could squeeze them in because we sold out so quickly. We can't do that because we do have to ruthlessly cap the numbers to 70. So if you're looking to take part, if you want to join the 8-week course, if you want to really just transform your health with what is just such an exciting, novel, fun model of health promotion that is just makes so much sense, then do check out the 8-week Paleolithic health plan on the website. Sign up now. We're up to 13 people. 13 people have just signed up, which is amazing. So we've got 57 places left as of now. Okay, so other than that, have a lovely day. Thanks for all your engagement on the Facebook page. Keep it coming. It's a long way from over. And I look forward to seeing you tonight at 8 p.m. for the bonus session. Any questions about the 8-week course or the mentor, do let us know. Holly's just posted up the link to the course on the comments below, so check that out. Other than that, have a lovely day, everyone, and I'll see you soon.